Denzel Washington talking about his lips are for sale, basically. And I know acting is acting. And I know that people will say it's for the love of the art and the craftsmanship and everything. But this was a man who once upon a time said he wouldn't even kiss a white woman on the screen. So now, with men on it, he's changed his tune. What made him change his tune? I'm one of those kind of people. I said, well, them Oscars don't come for free. You don't get them two token Oscars for free. And let's be realistic about it. He got two Oscars for one playing a slave and the second one for playing a corrupt cop. He didn't even get it for Malcolm X. He's had far better roles, even Hurricane. Maybe Hollywood's come to collect. I don't know. How do I feel about it? Well, actors play roles. And black actors are held to different standards because there's so few role models or real models that you can look up to when they're playing roles. And I'll say this. When he did Philadelphia with Tom Hanks in that role, he was in a different frame of mindset. So I wonder why he is so friendlier with his role playing. Now, I'm going to say it like this. Acting is acting. And I've seen people do a lot of different type of acting on screen. I think the problem is that you hold certain actors to certain caliber. And I'm also gonna say this: when he was considered in his peak in his prime for his looks and his imagery, because he was big for that in the community and what have you, this would have been a big time career no. This would have been career suicide. Let's keep it 100. So now that he's an older cat in his 70s, it's like this is kind of twist that's kind of hard jarring for some people to comprehend. Some people gonna have a hard time seeing Denzel having his lips are for sale because this is what it's kind of coming to, and does it have to be that way? And it seems like, are you bought and paid for? Well, I tell anybody this: if you work in Hollywood and you black, you bought and paid for. They own you. So you can't sit there and act like you're shocked or surprised because the tag is always there in some form of capacity. The only way is if you decide not to go along and you don't play go along and you get out of it. But they tend to do this in some form of capacity because if you go from Richard Pryor to Eddie Murphy, and I can name a whole lot in between, they tend to got you typecast some way. They gonna get you. You just don't get to just be an actor and thespian and go through the ranks. And the reason why it's held into a stuff, there is a different standard for black actors. There just is. Because very few times, and you can be a black actor and be dignified and strong and bold and not get typecast in some form of stereotypical fashion. And you just don't get that luxury because you gotta be on flex. So that's what the thing is. And of course people gonna take it because he's held to a high standard. Now let's not act like this is some funeral of his career. It's just interesting that he's so lips are for sale at this stage. Must gonna give him an Oscar. Maybe it's a later in life Oscar. Maybe he'll be doing a Tyler Perry role movie. I don't know. Doesn't change how I look at him in terms as one of the greatest actors ever. However, he's got to know that he had such a certain standard of what he was opposed to on film. There's certain names and people that he would not used to have associated with that is surprising, you know. Because I'll drop some tea lips about Denzel Washington. The fact when he got cool with Quentin Tarantino was a surprise to me because he wasn't the biggest fan of him. And the same thing with Tom Cruise. He let his standards and his guards down to where he once was. Started doing sequels for one thing, and so I don't know, you know. But basically when you say that you're gonna do certain things, your lips are for sale. So I don't know what to make of it. I mean, and again, he isn't acting in the day, and I don't have no delulu about entertainers. Some people get this thing where you're entertaining you. I mean, you like to think of people a certain way, but again, it's entertainment. Cats will do anything for a dollar to holler. So I not shocked or surprised. Only because of who he was and how he had so called principles and he stood on code. But I don't know nothing. And I know one thing, in that industry, they put enough money behind you, lips are for sale. Shrug your shoulders. I don't know. You still look one of the greatest actors ever, and that doesn't change that. And he's a decent cat and what have you. But it's just that the way he's coming on board with certain things is kind of like, okay, okay. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like. Hit the membership, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay real. I'm out one time. Peace.